Good evening everyone, welcome to Sunday. Sorry I'm a little bit late. We are going to be making this card, and it's using just some scraps and scraps and just another way of using up all the little bits that we use. I haven't got, oh it's upside down, I haven't got this set, so we're going to use another set, so I thought, and different colours. So let me pop you down. Sorry, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Kelley Farley. I'm an independent Stampin' demonstrator in Karaka, Auckland, and every Sunday night I come on and we make a card together. So I'm going to pop you down and we will get started. Right, so I'm going to start with a white card base. I'm just going to grab a piece. So this, I haven't actually done any preparation at all for this, other than deciding this is what we're going to do because I wanted to do it all with you. So I'm going to pop this down. Let me get it up on my screen so I can see if anyone has joined me. This card was from a retreat that I went to, a team retreat that I went to a few months ago, and this is Trisha's card that she shared with us. I'm sorry, I can't credit who she got the idea from. It may have been her idea, I can't remember. So we're going to pop it in here. Score, middle. So we've got our standard card base. So then our strips here are 1/2 centimetre. You can make them whatever size you want really, but if you think about pieces of card that you have, so these are our in colours that are staying. So we've got Shy Shamrock, Boho Blue, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, not Boho Blue, Boho Blue is going, Shy Shamrock, Summer Splash, Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, and Petunia Pop. So those are the ones that came in last year. And then this year we have got Cloud Cover, Seaside, no this is testing me, oh I can't remember them. I have to get them up. And it's not bringing them up. Oh, that's why. Oh, C. And colour. Now these start on the 6th of May, and it's just not letting me, that one. Why is it not coming up? Newest 2025, here we go. Sorry, we've got Cloud Cover, Secret Sea, I knew it was a sea something, Darling Duckling, Timid Tiger, and in there is Strawberry Slush, which is the pinky red colour. So I actually think, I was going to do both, but I'm actually just going to use these colours. So we're going to take a piece of each, and I haven't cut into any of that or any of that. I have to say these two are not my most, I'm not the most excited about, but who knows what will happen. You never know. You never know. And I have actually used this one, that might not be long enough, the Secret C I've used in my upcoming class of fancy folds. So excited about that actually. Alright, let me pop back here, see. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cut these in half as a card base, and then we can cut some strips. Please do say hi if you're sitting there watching. Love to know who I'm talking to. If you are watching later on in the replay, I still get notifications of you popping in and saying hi, so would love to know that you've come along to watch. And also you're probably aware from if you follow other people, but if you enough. Let's just use that bit. That Facebook is actually deleting Facebook Lives after 30 days. Hi Andrea, welcome back. After 30 days, so if you are wanting to watch any of the previous ones that I have done, they are all on my YouTube channel, which there is a link at the top of my Facebook page. I would love you to go over and like my page, share my page if you would like to share my page, and then you'll get notifications of when I post new videos. So after, generally speaking, after my Facebook Lives, I go in and post them straight away. But you know, sometimes life happens and I get busy and I don't, but I do them within the next little while. Okay, so these are called the adhesive sheets. So they come in a 12 by 6 piece, and you get 12 in the pack, so it's like 6 12 by 12s, but just a lot easier to manage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that on there, and then so we need maybe 4. So I've made these pieces. How wide is that? 2 centimeters, roughly. You just don't want it hanging over the side, so because then it gets messy and sticky. Yeah, it's messy and sticky. Alright, let's see how we go with this. So actually I should have got my silicone mat, but never mind. If I've got, that's a little bit wide, that's right. It's hard to know which side the stickiness is on, but we pop it on. You could do this, if you're going to do a few, you could stick this on first and then stick your adhesive on first and then trim it down to size. So I'm just going to put it, because I'm going to cut this in half, so I'm just going to pop that on there. Did you have a nice trip back, Andrea? Sometimes the travel can be a little bit annoying or, you know, frustrating. So, oh, actually, I need to leave that on because I want to trim it. So I'm just going to pop that over the top so my trimmer doesn't get sticky and messy. Let's just do another one here. You don't have to use these. You could use glue or your tape runner, what do they call it? Seal. You know, whatever adhesive is your preferred adhesive. I just, I don't use, I'm a glue person, and you probably know that if you've been watching me. And so the glue, because you're cutting them into such fine strips, the glue will be a little bit messy. So this is actually quite a good way of getting it so that you don't get messy. Your strips can be as long as you want them to be, or as wide as you want them to be. It depends on the angle that you want to take. So obviously this is a half width of cardstock, so it's not the length of it, sorry, it's the width of it. So that I still don't think that that's going to be an issue, because our card base is like half that again, so it should be all good. Also, because you're laying over the top some of your pieces, having the stronger adhesive is probably a little bit more helpful. And then I might just trim this little bit here that I've got. This one. Now, we had like 11 colours or something on there. So I'm doing it quite different in that I'm only using the 5 colours. But, you know, like I said, you can use... You actually could also... when I was thinking about it and I posted that we're going to do this, I was actually thinking that we would use some designer series paper, but then by the time I got myself sorted with dinner and tidying up, I was like, I don't know what designer series paper I'm going to use now, so I just didn't want to make any more delays. But you could so totally do that with designer series paper, and it also depends on what image you're going to put up in the first place as well. I'm not going to bother with that because it's going to get cut off. Right, so we've got our 5, and they are almost 2 centimetres, so I'm going to go just one under, maybe half a centimetre. Is that half a centimetre? I feel like it is half a centimetre, actually. Yeah. So let's go half. We'll see. Oh, that's too thin. No, that's right, half a centimetre. So we'll get a few out of that. At least 3, if not more. And the nice thing with our trimmer is I can see here in the middle to make sure that it's all lined up too. So half. You could go up to 1 centimetre if you wanted. You could do a mix of both. Actually, we could have left one at 1 and one at half. I'm going to need to clean my trimmer after this though. I wouldn't be too stressed if I'm going to just do 1 and then like that. I wouldn't be too stressed also if they're not perfectly at half. you could get away with, you know, having, oops, get away with having a little bit of a more organic looking strip with different sizes. It depends also how many pieces you want it to go across. And put that on crooked, so it's going to be messy. So how's everyone's weekend been? Whoops, that's crooked. We went to a show last night at the Monaco Performing Arts Theatre, which was great. It was a junior show, it was Frozen, but one of Piper's friends was the main lead in it, so we always go to watch, and it was amazing. Everyone was teary. Yeah, it was really lovely. Mark is staying longer. Oh, that's really stressful, being doing that by yourself when you're used to being with someone else. I don't know that I'd manage the US airports, actually, to be honest. They scare me a bit just from what I've seen on TV. I haven't travelled to the US, so I wouldn't know, but yeah, no. And said, oh, Andrea, that's great that there were so many people noticing that you were not coping and helping out, because not everyone does that. So that's really nice. Okay, so I've just made another piece which is slightly smaller than our normal mat, so it's like probably it's like 7 mil or something inside, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get our strips here, and let's just put them all together. How are we going for time? Well, that took up a huge chunk of my time. Sorry, we might be late. I was late starting too. Alright, so there's lots of scrappy, strippy techniques out there, and so this is just one of them, but it's great to have because we end up with so many little bits cut off. You know, when you're making something like this, you've got all of that offcut that you can use for something else. And in the new catalogue, unfortunately, like everything else in life, in the last year or so, the price of everything has gone up, and unfortunately our cardstock is going up too. So you have until the 6th of May, if it's a current colour and still available, to get it for the standard price. But if you are like white has run out, so you have to, it is available, but you have to use it is the new price, not the old price, because it's a reconfiguration of a pack. But it's definitely I'm going to leave my that actually. It is definitely yeah, it's a good time to stock up on those things. Also, on the 6th of May is when our catalogue goes live. And so I've got a couple of people who are interested in catalogues, and I'll get those sent out to you. But I just realised that my thing is not down phone. So excuse the wobbles. I'll move this down a bit so that you can see, because my desk space is tight. Pardon me. Alright, I'm going to do something similar, and I'm going to do the both directions. So what we did when we were doing this, and again, optional, this is not, you don't have to do this, but if you'd like an even gap in between, we just cut a strip of white, and this is just from my offcuts, so that you can lay it in between. So I've just cut a piece, and it's going to give me the approximate width that I need. Now, I'm not going to be too stressed about it because my pieces are a little bit uneven. But I'm going to start, and I'm going to have quite a long I'm going to go from one corner across to the other corner, and I'm coming on the upper end of the corner and then down, and I'm going to just press that down. You actually don't need me to do a video on this because you'll be able to do it. So I'm going to keep these in a specific colour, descend and ascend. Yeah, there's no actual tape there, Kelley. And then we're just going to butt that up, and I'm going to go right up to the edge, butt that up there, and then move our piece out, move it up there, and I'm going to go, so we've got Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, we're going to go Darling Duckling, I think is the name of this one, something duckling anyway. And we're going to go here, button that up a little bit further up so I don't waste too much, because I can use that bit somewhere else. Then we're just going to move this over, and then we're going to go Ocean. No, this is Cloud Colour, not Ocean. Don't listen to me. Put that in there. And then we're going to go Secret Sea at the top. Like so. So I've just looked at my other example, and I've done kind of more in the middle with that one, which is fine, because you'll see a different look. Sorry, I'm just having an issue getting the backing off. So you get a different look here, which and actually when I started doing this, I was going to do one thing, and now I'm actually going to change my mind. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to, so then I just turn them over. I'm going to flip that back over because I want to reuse that. I'm just going to get our snips, and along the edge of the, not cutting the base, but along the edge of the base so that we can get those bits off. I'm just going to pop them over here because they can be reused. So this is a great way of getting more than one card. So if you're doing invitations or a batch lot of birthday cards, oops, I've cut into the white what I just said not to do. You know, this is a great way because you can cut all your strips, do all your bases, and then just, you've got, when you need little bits, you've got the offcuts as well. Alright, so, and the silicone mat means that I've actually got two side by side, but the silicone mat means that it's not going to stick to your table. And I'm actually going to turn it this way. Am I going to turn it this way? Right. what I want to do now is I'm going to go from here to here, and I want to have this little opening here. So I'm going to start with Strawberry Slush again. I'm going to go over the top. And that's going to go, I'm going to come on the inside here, just underneath the corner on the left hand side, and I'm going to come inside the corner here, which is, hi Catherine, which is a little bit the same there, so it kind of matches up there. And then I'm going to come this way down. I'm going to fill in here. Nice to see you. How are you? I hope you're well and been crafting up a storm. So this one here, you just want to make sure that you get the that it's stuck down as evenly as possible. Actually, going this way is going to be easier. Turning it this way so I can pop it on there. So, Andrea, how long's Mark still over there for? A long time, or just another week or so tidying stuff up? Because you guys normally would come back together, wouldn't you? Yellow, that one's crooked. That one is an example of what not to cut. Slightly narrower, but that's okay. And then our cloud cover. So you can see from the 2 centimeter strip that I cut, you'd actually get, I'd say, easy 2 cards out of it, if you were using them as a whole piece, like I am. But you could, if you were going on less of an angle, so your piece here wasn't such a deep angle and it was a bit more upright, you'd possibly get a little bit more out of it. And I'm going to use this piece here because then I don't have to cut into a new one. Oh, okay. Yeah, that happens, doesn't it? At least you got to go for a good chunk of time though. And be over there. Okay, so it's been a bit of an overlap with the what do you call it? Adhesive. Okay. So trim, trim, trim. Okay, that. Remember to clean your scissors afterwards, otherwise you get sticky everywhere. Okay, so this is our finished one, so you can see the difference. So this one was a bit more upright, this one was a bit more on the length of the thanks Catherine. Yeah, I was just sitting here thinking, oh actually this is going to end up looking very messy as I was looking at some other adhesive that was stuck on my tape. So you could do this way, you could do this way, you could do this way, whichever. My thinking with doing it like this, so I've got a gap here, is that my sentiment is going to go there, and I'm going to use Don't know if I want to use the leaf or I think I'll use the leaf because I quite like this set. I'm really stoked that they kept it for us, and it's not going to be going anywhere. But I'm also going to use Dear Friend on the front, and I know that lots of people it's not the biggest fan of it, but then I can put Happy Birthday on the inside. And I'm just going to find my Secret C in one of my class boxes. For this, so I want to match it to that, balance it on that side. So let's use this. I'm going to actually just use my mat to. It's going to have a halo. So let's check it. Because if we're putting it straight on, we don't want a halo. No halo. Don't press too hard, Kelley. No pressure. Don't rock it. Excellent. There. And then we're just going to use what would be really cool. And I don't have time to do that now because it's 8:05. What would be really cool is to have used the baby wipe technique and have the ink or the pens and do like a rainbow effect of that leaf. That would be very cool. Which I'm not doing it now, but I might. See how I go. So this is the secret. What is it? There is it. Secret C. Which is kind of like a bluey green, dark bluey green. Really nice colour. So let's just quickly do some fussy cutting because this set doesn't come with dies. You know, the new leaf one doesn't come with dies either. I thought when they brought the textured notes out that they might get rid of this, so I was quietly pleased when I saw that it was still current, especially with the dies, because those circle dies are just beautiful, and I find myself using them a lot. The, what do you call them? Spotlight on Nature dies, which are the circles with the detail on them. Okie doke. So that is going to go here, there, maybe. So I'm going to put a piece of Secret C. 10. Half a centimetre. Hi Mary, nice to see you again. Sometimes it's quite nice just to have the time to the house to yourself, isn't it, Andrea? I quite like being home alone. Just very naughty, I know, but yeah. So we're going to pop that on there like that. I might just trim that down slightly there. Just because my white piece, oh my blade, because my white piece is just possibly a little bit shorter on the top there. These pieces, the measurements actually don't make too much difference. It's what your preference of matting is. Some people like to have a big matting area. Some people like to have a narrower mat, so work with your preferred sizes, but giving it a matting just helps to make it stand out a bit more. And it's heavy with all of that cardstock, so I'm going to glue it down. Oh, I should have trimmed that, but too late now. Yeah, that's the hard part of coming back, isn't it? Is the change of time zone, the time difference and stuff can really mess with you. So actually, if I sit that down there, I struggle with time zones, and I have only travelled to Australia. I don't even cope very well with daylight savings. Really throws me. So I would be a terrible, I don't know whether that means I don't sleep very well, or my body just is or it's just something because I'm not used to it. Maybe I'll go there. There we go, and there's our card. So get rid of some of this mess before it sticks to everything. And this, so that we can see these cards. So this is my first one that I did at the retreat using the turtle stamp set, and then this is the other one that I've just done tonight using just our new in colours. So this one has the old in colours, the new in colours, plus some others, some subtles and the new in colours. No, there's a mix anyway, and then that is just the new in colours. So you could change up whatever your favourite colour is for those colours. As I said, Secret Sea is my fave at the moment. That one and Ocean Cloud Cover I think are going to be ones that I'm going to use a bit. Possibly the Strawberry Slush, which is a returning colour. Oranges and yellows don't seem to grab my attention as much. So I do sometimes try to push myself out of my comfort zone and use them. I also thought what I might do is just really quickly show you what I've got coming up for classes in the next couple of months, in case anyone's interested in doing those, and remind you of the paper share that I have going. I've got 2 people who are interested in that, so I just need a couple more people that are interested. So this one is a fancy fold. It's in person on the 17th of May. Where's my calendar? '18th of May, sorry. So we're going to do 4 fancy fold cards. If you're doing it in person, obviously you get all the materials. If you're doing it by mail, all the pieces come to you cut with a video on how to assemble. So this is one. I'm doing different designer series paper, but I'm waiting for it to arrive. It feels like it's taking forever. But it'll be in like Lost Lagoon, Tranquil Tide colours. And I think basic beige goes with that. And then this is some new designer series paper with the cloud cover, and then open it inside, and it's got the pop-ups inside using the Secret Sea. So that is card number 2. Then this one here is using this new Designer Series paper and notes of, no, what's this? I just talked about that stamp set. So it also uses the arches. And then this one here uses some new Designer Series paper. We're using Fresh Freesia, and then I think I've used Misty Moonlight in there. So those are the 4 that are on the 18th of May. That's still open if you're interested. It's on my Facebook page. You can go in and click in the event and say you're going. And it is $40 for all the materials. If you're doing it by mail, you just need some stamps with some sentiments, and all the die cuts and stuff come done for you. Or and then in June, stamps and ink is what you'll need. June the 22nd, I thought that was right. June the 22nd, I'm doing one with black and white paper. So you get half a pack of paper, so 6 sheets of 12 by 12, and you'll make 6 cards using the Designer Series paper, and you'll get all of the cardstock. So that's 1, 2, using this one's using the die, so it'll be cut. The dies will be cut for you, and the DSP will be cut for you. Sorry, and the embossing done, unless you message and say, I've got embossing folders that I would like to use, so I'll just send through the cards. And then this one is using some ink blending on the black and white paper. So you'll get the ribbon, you'll get the punches, you'll get the little, what do you call them, embellishments. So this is another one. This is an easel one. But this black and white paper is gorgeous. Obviously, if you're doing it in person, you'll get your pack of paper, and on the video I'll show you how to cut it. Like, I'll tell you how to cut it, so you can choose the patterns that you want. And then like a little starburst one. You will also need stamps and ink, and I've just used the black memento. And then this one, so these pieces will be die cut using that. The corrugated card, the corrugated piece will be cut, and then you'll have 3 sheets of black A4 and 3 sheets of white A4 with some extra bits for your cutting. So those 2 classes, if you're interested, they are on my Facebook page. Just pop over to the events part and have a look. All the photos are there. Click going. If you're doing it by mail, it does incur a postage to you if you're close to someone else who's doing it, or if you're doing it with a paper share or something, then we can combine shipping to make it a bit cheaper. If you are in Auckland and you'd like to do it in person, let me know, and you'll have all of the bits and pieces at the class on the 22nd or the 18th. Alright, well that took a lot longer than I had planned on, sorry. So just a reminder, these are our 2 cards that we did today. If you have a go at doing them, please do pop it up on my page. I'll take a photo of these and put them up. Thank you to Jill for doing last week's card, and I know Jill and Andrea, I'm quite behind with my thing, so I just am going to do up a little pack and send them to you, and so that I can, so that you can, I appreciate that you're actually making something and sharing. I appreciate that, thank you. So that's our card for tonight. Please do have a go. If you'd like to have a go, please pop it on my page, and I will see you next Sunday night, hopefully. Yes, all going well, I'm sure. Sunday night is Mother's Day. At this stage, we don't have any plans for Mother's Day other than a quiet day, so that'll be my Mother's Day, is to come and come and do a class with you guys. Okay, all right, well thank you for joining me. and I will see you all later. Bye for now.